Hey everyone, I'm Charlie. Welcome to the line selection tool video. Um, you'll want to open up your line selection tool Photoshop project, document, whatever you want to call it. So right now we have this car and a background, and that's about it. That's as simple as it gets. Um, I zoomed in this car just to mess with you, just so we have a chance to review the transform tool basically. So I'm going to press Command minus to zoom out. And then I can press Command T. If I'm on the car layer, I can press Command T. You'll notice that it didn't look like anything happened. But if I zoom out to about 25%, if I zoom out far enough, I'll see that here is the border of the image. One thing to notice to note is that it doesn't look like I'm in transform mode right now. But if I try to click around and do stuff and try to go to another tool, it won't let me do anything. It actually just ended the transform, but yeah, it won't let me do anything unless I've pressed enter and I've left transform mode. So that's really important to remember, that if you ever are in if you ever go into transform mode, you also have to exit transform mode, and that's yeah, if you ever think that you're in transform mode or something's not working, you can't do something, probably press enter, and then it'll fix it for you. So no need to freak out. Just you're probably in transform mode if things aren't working. So anyway, here we are. I pressed Command T. I've gotten into transform mode, and what I can do is it's just like Illustrator. I can hold Shift and scale it. I can also hold Shift and Option and scale it from the center. That's what I like to do. And then I'll want to press Enter to finalize my move. And then here we are. So what we learned before was the Magic Wand tool, where I can select colors, select little color areas. And you'll notice that for this kind of image, I can't really do that because there's all of this white on the outside. So if I select, well, I don't have a good, see this I selected the thing and it also selected the sky. These are the same color. I can't get that kind of detail here with this. If I try to select down here, it'll think that all of the car is that color. I can't do it. And then also pressing Command D, you can deselect. But yeah, we need a way to cut this out. So that's where the polygonal lasso tool comes in. It's also called the line selection tool, but you can call it whatever you want. It really doesn't matter. It might show up, it might just be right here as the normal lasso tool. What this one does is it's really lazy. It's really like, it forces you to freehand your selections, and I don't ever use this. I barely ever use this tool just because it's so sloppy. So that's why I use the polygonal lasso tool, and then Command D to deselect. I'll actually explain to you how these work, and every single one of these selection tools, well, just these ones, they all kind of work by the same premise where, let's do the box just to illustrate. If I make a box and I make this selection, and I want to make another selection or so, like maybe I'm outlining this car and I want to take a break, I can just, oh man. So one thing to talk about for all of these tools is that Shift and Option both, do things. So let's just make a box, and then if I hold Shift, you'll notice that a little plus has been added to my crosshair. That means that I'm adding selection. So if I make this one and they overlap, then they'll become the same thing. Also, to subtract, I can hold Option, and that'll bring a little minus. And then if I do this, like make this kind of negative box, I can cut out whatever I want, from the selection. So that applies to all selection tools. That even applies to the magic wand tool, where I can do a plus and I can add this one and add that one, and then I can do minus and I can delete that one, that kind of thing. And that's nice. That's important to know for this, well, all of these tools. So let's go to the polygonal lasso tool. You want to press and hold down, and then still holding down, let go on the polygonal lasso tool. And let's just, I actually have a little bit of selections here, so I'm going to deselect and make sure I don't have anything else selected. And I'm just going to go around this car and go around here. So what if this is taking me a really long time and I want to take a break? I can just click over here, go kind of travel back to where I started, click here, and then I can make this selection. After this, if I want to keep going, I can just hold Shift, do this plus, click inside here, and keep working. I've let go of Shift. Otherwise, if I hold Shift, it'll do these lines. But anyway, just held Shift and I clicked once and then I let go, and I let go, and here I am. I'm still working. Then I can come around and finish up the selection. I can also hold Option and kind of carve out any parts that I want of the selection. Like say if I'm going to add a little bit here, maybe I accidentally go up here and come back down. Oops, I'm going to select this because it looks weird. See how there's this area here? I want to carve this down out. I can do negative, and I can come in here and come loop up around, end it, and fix it, and then there it is. So that's one way to just kind of make your life a little easier. You don't have to do it all at the same time. But yeah, that's how this tool works. Let's say that, well, that's how all selection tools work really, but let's say that maybe I made a mistake, maybe I accidentally missed here, and I say, oh no, I don't want to start over, or something like that. I can actually press delete, and it'll bring me back a step. I can actually kind of keep pressing delete and unravel this a little, but I can't go forward. I can only go back. I can only unravel. I can't ravel, just normal ravel. That's not a word, but anyway, that's fine. Yeah, so I'm just going to go around this car and cut it out. The good thing about this tool is that you get as much quality as time you put into it. So like if I take my time and I get all of these angles really spot on, it'll look really good. And it'll be pretty precise. So that's really nice about this tool. I really respect that. So anyway, I'm just going to finish this up. And I want to come in through this corner here. I want to come in through this corner so that my selections they line up pretty well. And then I can just travel over here. Whoa, okay, I'll take it. Figure out where I started, which was right here, and then complete the selection, and there I am. Maybe I don't want the tires. I can do the deselect negative selection part. I can come around, finish it off, and then I don't have that tire. So that's how that works. The best way to, not the best way, but the easiest way to cut out objects is to just copy and paste them. Control Z, Control V, or Command C, Command V. And then that'll just give me a new layer, and I can trash the old one. And here I am, I have my selection. And then I can press Command T, oops, not on the right layer, make sure I'm on the right layer. I can press Command T, and I can move it around, I can squeeze it. This is basically my image now, and it's not part of the background of the old one. So that's how you do it. That's how it works. I think I covered everything. In the next video, I'm just going to keep working with this tool, and I'm going to make something using only the tools that I've taught you, and we'll see how good of a piece that I can create. All right. Yeah, thanks so much. That's the line selection tool, and yeah, that's all. Bye.